शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari, Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev, Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Ananta Dev, Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita 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 Jaya Gauranita Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद हरे बोल. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Sunday program, Gita course. What is the session number? 7th, right? How many of you attended all 7 classes? Oh, very wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. Okay, very good. Brijesh Prabhu, आप 7 attend किए प्रभु जी? Very good. What about 5 and 6? Between 5 and 6? Very nice. Very nice. Less than 4? Good.
We went maybe place our so one we have done.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Recording one I have.
Recording using. Okay. So that way you can add that as well. Okay. So very wonderful. Today we are going to discuss about. Before that, we will seek blessings of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Whenever Lord Krishna, he would come to Hastinapur, or before leaving to Dwarka, he would actually seek blessings of Kunti Maharani and even Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir Maharaj, by age, he was senior to Lord Sri Krishna. So Lord Sri Krishna personally will go and seek blessings of Kunti Maharani as well as Yudhishthir Maharaj. So that is how our culture is, that before going or leaving or executing any task, we always seek a blessings of senior person, elderly person with knowledge, person with a respectable, with senior or whatever is that. So that is the Vedic culture. So similarly, let's offer our humble obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy that we all are here and reading Bhagavad Gita and understanding, attempting to understand. we discussed in the previous but one section, how Srila Prabhupada had so many difficulties, right? So many difficulties. Despite all those things, he made sure that this knowledge, this Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge, made available to all of us even today. So let's offer our humble obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. You will see that the word Paschatya Deshatarine, we discussed how he started this mission going to the western countries. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukum Karoti Vachalam Pangam Landayati Giriyat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Guru Dinataram. So once again, very, very grand, warm welcome to all of you. So Sunday things, we are in a very, very wonderful month called as a Kartik month, Damodar month. So today we are going to discuss about Prasadam, right? Today what we are going to have is Utsava. What is Utsava? Utsava means festival. Swad means, so the festival of taste. And all of you, and for your information and for your surprise, that you know how many contribution in terms of the dishes we have today? 120 dishes. So let's give one round of applause by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll discuss about why we celebrate this Swadotsav and how we should do that. And then Damodar Lila, very, very important aspect, especially this month, Kartik month, is very, very wonderful, very, very auspicious. And at the end, we will see the practical tips of the day. So this is Prasadam, not from today's things, but the previous session where we are offering this to Lord Sri Krishna. So somehow or the other, we living entities have some desire to eat something. And especially if we are in cities, we need to have something very often changing, right? So we change this hotel to that hotel to this hotel. And when you are at home, you get bored at home. And when you eat outside, you get bored at outside as well. Thank you. So Prasad means, literally the meaning of Prasad in Sanskrit means mercy. So when we say Krishna Prasadam, so we are referring to Krishna's mercy, right? Prasadam means mercy. So Swadotsav, in a way, so all of you had prepared the bhoga, what we call as a bhoga. Bhoga means for the enjoyment of Lord, or Naivedyam, in Sanskrit is also called as Naivedya. So we offer to Lord and then we take as a Prasad. Anything which is offered to Sisi Gandharvika Giridhari Narsingadev Bhagwan Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So first we offer to Krishna and then take as a prasad. Now this prasad can be food and it can be anything. For example, we do arati, right? Now when we are doing arati, so we offer first flower, then dhupa, incense, and diya. Then we also offer garland. So all those things, when it's first offered to Krishna, then we take it as a prasad. So it can be any things which is first offered to Lord and taken as a prasad. In fact, especially this part of India, South India, So even the names are given in terms of Prasad. Venkatesh Prasad. How many of you know Venkatesh Prasad? If you playing cricket that time, so he was the fast bowler, right? In 1996 World Cup, he had something against Pakistan, that I remember. Amir Sohail, right? So Venkatesh Prasad. So it's the mercy of Venkatesha. One of my friends' name is Narsimha Prasad. That means he's a mercy or blessing of Lord Narsimha. But in material life, so what we have is that in today's conception that we are under impression that whatever we have, we are the owner of the things and it must be used for our own benefit, our own enjoyment. And that's why we try to accumulate more and more and more things so that we own that, they are under our possessions and we use for our own sense enjoyment. Contrary to that or opposite to that is the sense, the spiritual concept. The actual fact is that everything belongs to Krishna. It is provided by Krishna. Even whatever bhoga that we prepared, the raw material is prepared by, given by Krishna. So we may transform into some other things by the intelligence given by Krishna. So it's all the things are given by Krishna. We may transform into some other form, but finally it is all given by Krishna. So we can move little forward, and the kids, you can go to the 4th floor so that we'll have something special for the kids there. And Matajis and Prabhujis, if you get some opportunity to move forward, please move. So the concept of Swadotsav is that we offer to Krishna and take as a prasadam. So prasadam, concept of the prasadam is to recognize the fact that everything belongs to Krishna and then we take as a prasadam. It's very wonderful Vedic culture. If you see that, if you ask our ancestors, our father, grandfather, they would everything offer to Krishna or God and then take. You would have seen many times the marriage invitation card, right? It would put some turmeric, right? Why? It is offered to Lord and then take as a prasad. So everything, why we actually do the vehicle puja, right? Why vehicle puja? That is also concept of taking. So first to Lord and then take as a prasad. Anything that we are going to use, first offer to Krishna and take as a prasadam. So this is the concept that we are talking about prasadam. Prasadam can refer to anything that we offer to Krishna. So today we are going to see some scriptural references, what happens to when we take Krishna prasadam, and opposite to that, if we don't take Krishna prasadam, what would happen? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we say, right, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he was toward the last part of his life, he was in Jagannath Puri, and the devotees would come and they would give prasadam of Lord Jagannath, right? Lord Jagannath is famous for prasadam, right? How many bhogas offered to Lord Jagannath ji? 56 bhoga. And how many times? 4 times? 3 times? Okay, this is the homework. Next time, please check how many times bhoga offered to Lord Jagannath. By the way, for Lord Jagannath ji, the Naivadya is prepared in earthen pot. And once it is prepared, that earthen pot never used again. So, and those earthen pot comes and is distributed as a Krishna Prasad, Jagannath Prasadam in Ananda Bazar. Those who are from Odisha, especially Jagannath Puri, that you will know that. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there and he got a prasadam and he gave prasadam to some of his associates like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Swarup Damodar and all the devotees. And as they tasted the Krishna prasadam, there was some uncommon sweetness and the fragrance of the prasadam, and everybody's mind was struck with wonder. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, it's a Bengali. So what is so special about that? The same thing, ingredients we have, but when you come to ISKCON temple, the same khichdi will appear very different. Many people would come and they say, in fact, I tried the same ingredients, same methodology of the khichdi, but I couldn't get it. So what is the difference? Here says, प्रभु कहे यही सब है प्रकृति द्रव्य ऐक्सव्य कर्पूर मरीच इलाईच लवंगे गव्य रसवास गुडत्वक आदि येत सब प्रकृत वस्तुर स्वाद सबर अनुभव. Anybody from Bengal here? You can read that. Is it visible? Civilton very typical Bengali. हाँ बोलिए माता जी. Okay, next time you. So translation. Can you read the translation which is in a bold font?
These ingredients such as sugar, camphor, black pepper, cardamom, cloves, butter, spices, and
Licorice.
licorice along materials. Everyone has tasted these material substances.
Before. He said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to all his associates who were mesmerized by the prasadam which they tasted. They felt there is something uncommon taste and uncommon fragrance in that. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, what is the difference? In fact, the sugar, the camphor, the black pepper, everything is the same material ingredients. What is so different? You can read the next line now.
Yeah. However, there are continuous.
No, sorry, the Mataji, Bengali. Otherwise, if you are finding difficult, I can read.
Can I read the Bengali term or the English one?
No, you read Bengali, it will be very sweet.
সেই দ্রব্য এটা আস্বাদা গন্ধ
Lokatita.
লোকাধিক আস্বাদা কারিয়া দেখো সাবারা প্রতীক
सेई द्रव्य ये तो आस्वाद गंध लोकतीत आस्वाद करिए देख सबर प्रतीत. Translation, Mataji.
However, the Lord continued, in these ingredients there are extraordinary taste and uncommon fragrances. Just taste them and see the differences in experience.
Sabara pratita, you can experience that. So there is something different. Though the ingredients is same, but you are experiencing something uncommon fragrance and an extraordinary taste. Where is it coming from? ताते येई द्रव्य कृष्ण आधार स्पर्श हैल आधारेर गुण सब इहते संचरिला. Sanchariला means transferred. Translation.
Therefore, it is to be understood that the spiritual nectar of Krishna's lips
Has touched.
these ordinary ingredients and transferred to their all spiritual qualities.
So this is the difference between all the material ingredients, but it was touched by adara. Adara means lips. Lips by Lord Sri Krishna, and the same ingredients now became a Krishna Prasadam. And now see the situation of the who are actually getting this taste of this prasadam. Aneka sukrute hita hanache samprapti sabayei aswado karo kari maha bhakti. So who are those fortunate people who got this opportunity to taste this Krishna prasadam? Okay, Mataji, can you read?
This prasadam has been made available only as a result of many years
Pious activities.
Now taste it with great faith and devotion.
That means if we are getting opportunity to taste Krishna Prasadam, that means Maha Bhakti. Kari Maha Bhakti. That means in previous life or in this life, you have definitely done some Maha Bhakti, and as a result of that, you are getting opportunity to taste Krishna Prasadam. You see that? Aneka Sukruti. Aneka means unlimited. Sukruti means pious activities. Samprapti saba yehi aswada kare. So those people who have done that, they got this opportunity. Now what happened when we taste this Krishna Prasada? Ahara Shuddha Sattva Shuddhi Sattva Shuddha Dhruva Smruti Smruti Labde Sarva Granthim Vipramokshaha. Translation?
So prasadam has the double potency to not.
Sorry, that's about the one before that.
Okay.
By performance of Yajna.
By performance of yajna once, eatable becomes
Sanctified.
And by eating sanctified foodstuffs, one's very existence becomes purified. By the purification of existence, finer tissues in the memory become sanctified. And when memory is sanctified, one can think of the
path of liberation, vipra moksha. So what is the result of honoring? We don't say we take prasadam, we honor because it's a blessing. So what is the benefit or the result of honoring Krishna prasadam is that ahara shuddha sattva shuddhi. So it actually purify our existence. And by purifying our existence, the finer tissue in the memory becomes sanctified. And when the memory becomes, the finer tissues become sanctified, we can think of liberation. Otherwise, it is not possible. Then we say, why today we are not able to feel to do something spiritual activities? Because our ahara is not a shuddha ahara, sattva ahara. So when we take shuddha ahara or sattva ahara, then there is a possibility that we can actually think of moksha. Otherwise, absolutely not possible, because these finer tissues of memory, they don't get purified. Because of that, our thought process does not get purified, our actions does not get purified, and we don't come on the path of liberation. Somebody said, well, I don't do that, so what? Right? What happens? Bhagavad Gita 3.13. Any devotees to recite this shloka? You can read? Okay. Yajnasist asin santa muchante sarva kilvisha bhunjante te tvagam papa ye pachante atma karanat. Translation, Prabhu.
The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment
Verily eat only papa. Bhujante te to agham papa. Ye pachante atma karanat. If we prepare food for our atma karanat, that means if you are not offering to Lord and eating that for our atma karanat, invariably we are eating sin. So even if we are vegetarian, still it does not guarantee that we will have on the path of higher things, because still we commit some kind of sin, right? Whether it's a vegetarian or non-vegetarian. So that's why it is utmost important that we take sanctified food. Now, there might be a cultural things where we just offer sometimes when in the festival time. No. Everything that we take in our life, whether morning from idli, vada, sambar to rice, chapati, sabji, anything that we are going to eat, first it must be offered to Lord and take as a Krishna Prasadam. If we are not going to do that, that means variably we are going to take papam, even if it's vegetarian food. So our objective is not to become vegetarian, but to take a Krishna Prasadam. Is there any scriptural reference for that? We'll just read the translations from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Anybody? Mataji can read the translation.
Once you take permission, I took the
Remnants.
remnants of the food, and
By so doing,
all my sins were at once
eradicated.
This being engaged, I become purified in heart, and at that time, the very nature of the
Transcendentalist become attractive me. So I think probably our background would have been. So but you keep the word in Sanskrit, uchista lepana anumodita dvijaha. Uchista means something which is tasted, or the remnants. So now this is the story of Narad Muni. He is telling to Vedvyas in Srimad Bhagavatam. He says that, you know who I was in my previous life? I was the son of maid servant. And it is so happened, you can see that there is one Mataji and there are 4 Vedantists and there is a small baby. And that baby is nothing but Narad Muni. And in the previous life, he was the servant of maid. He was the son of maid servant, and it is so fortunately happened that they got opportunity to serve this transcendentalist, the Bhakti Vedantists, the sages, the saintly people. And one day, by their permission, he took the remnants, the uchist or the remnants. So they take prasadam, and whatever was left, that Narad Muni actually took that. Just by taking the remnants of such a great sages, what happened? All my sins were at once eradicated, and I became purified in heart, and I was attracted to their message. So this is the message from Srimad Bhagavatam. Just taking uchista or remnants of a saintly person, all the sins were eradicated at once, in one shot. All the sins, the heart become purified, and he was attracted to the transcendental message. Imagine if the food is remnants of Lord Krishna, how much purification that would happen to our heart. Now, being IT logical people, we may ask question. Now we are offering to Krishna. How are we assured that he is actually accepting prasad, naivadya, right? So when we offer, it is naivadya, bhoga, and when it is after offering, it becomes prasad. So how do you know that Krishna has taken a prasadam, has accepted that naivadya? Because Krishna is absolute. So whatever Krishna's one senses, that activity, that same activity can be done by all other senses. That means if he can eat we can eat by mouth, he can even eat by glance, he can eat by his ear, because he's absolute. So by just having Krishna's glance on the naivadya, that means Krishna has already accepted. And of course, it also depends on the degree of our devotion to Krishna. So the whole ingredients of this Krishna prasadam is that we are offering to Krishna with the bhakti, with love and devotion. And when we offer to Krishna, definitely Krishna would accept. What is the assurance? Ye yatha mam prapadyate tam tataiva bhajam, 7.14. Tam tataiva bhajam. Whatever we do, Krishna reciprocate in the same degree. And Krishna's reciprocation is much, much bigger, because he is Supreme Lord. So whenever we offer naivadya, Krishna accept that just by having a glance. He doesn't have to come eat by his hand and put in mouth, just by having a glance. In fact, the whole material things, the whole material creation begins just by glancing of Vishnu's. What to talk about accepting naivadya? He can do anything by his senses. There's some story. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, as we are discussing in because now we saw scriptural reference of Narad Muni just accepting the Krishna prasadam, or the prasadam of the Vedantist, the sages, that he actually experienced the transformation in his heart. Is there any story? Yes, 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was living in Puri, Jagannath Puri, and during that, many devotees from West Bengal, they would come and visit Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and take part into the Jagannath Puri Ratha Yatra. So one time, there was one devotee called Sivananda Sen. And Sivananda Sen would actually make arrangement of all these devotees, their logistic, their transport, their prasadam and everything. At one time, he had his dog with him. And one day what happened, so somehow or the other, at the toll gate or whatever that time situation was there, he was actually asked documents and all the things. In the process, he asked his assistants, please take care of that dog. And when he came back from the paperwork or whatever that formalities, he asked his assistants, did you feed my dog? And then they started searching, where is the dog? Where is the dog? Because this dog was coming all the way from Bengal and to Jagannath Puri, on the way to Jagannath Puri. And they were surprised to notice that the dog was actually disappeared. And after a few days, when they reached Jagannath Puri, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting with all his associates, and at that time, for their surprise again, the same dog was there, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving him the green pulp, coconut green pulp as a prasadam, and that dog was having that green pulp prasadam, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, chant Krishna, Krishna, and that dog would chant, Krishna. That is the potency of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And next day morning, they saw that the dog had disappeared and he went to the spiritual world. just by taking Krishna Prasad, even the animalistic life can actually go directly to the spiritual world. What to talk about the human species? We have much more higher intelligence. So the importance of Krishna Prasadam is utmost important in our life. If we want to seriously practice spirituality, we must have Prasadam in our life. Any quick question before we go to the next topic on Prasadam? So, having this opportunity where now all of you prepared with lot of love, with bhakti and bhav. So now you all brought here. Now our team of devotees would put tulsi leaf on that. Each atoms before we offer to Krishna, tulsi should be there because Krishna doesn't accept without tulsi. And then with some prayer would be requested, Krishna please accept this naivadya, and it would be left with the curtain closed because Krishna want some kind of privacy. So he takes prasad naivadya, and then after 10-15 minutes, just as a small ordinary boy will take. So after 10-15 minutes, you take that and it becomes Krishna Prasadam. And at the end of, not after 15 minutes, at the end of class, we will honor all that Prasadam. Are you ready for 120 dishes? Hari Bol. Any quick question before we move to the next important aspect of this Kartik month?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
why doesn't Krishna accept without Tulsi?
Because Krishna, see what happens when we approach to Krishna, we approach Krishna through a spiritual master, right? So similarly, Krishna wants his devotees to be glorified. And Krishna's devotee, especially Vrinda Devi, which actually becomes Tulsi Devi, is very dear to Krishna. And he has given a benediction, that the benediction that there was a curse, and that is what the Tulsi and Shaligram Vyuha. And at that time there was a benediction given by Krishna that now going forward you become a plant in the material world, but I give a benediction. The benediction is that every time people would offer Naivadya to me, that means Lord, that they must put you on that. So it becomes sanctified. So that is what the benediction that Tulsi had actually got from Lord Sri Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
So, for example, as you said that we should offer every meal to our Krishna. So, at our home, we cook it with onion and garlic.
Uh-huh.
So, is it fine to offer? Like, generally, I prevent with that.
Yeah, so it is recommended that we offer without onion and garlic. If for some reason we are still attached to the garlic and onion, and it will take some time because nothing happens. Otherwise, we take a pill and 11:59 we become sadhu. It doesn't happen. It takes time. So until that time, you can offer something, dry fruits, so that Krishna can take as that prasad. But it would be ideal that we prepare whatever we want without onion, garlic, and of course, no question of non-vegetarian. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakte prayachati tadham bhakti uparotam ashnami prayatatma. Bhagavad Gita 9.26. Krishna said, I accept patram pushpam phalam toyam. Hanji Mataji.
If we are living outside of our home, like in PG,
Krishna, very challenging.
how to offer food if, like prasada to Krishna if we don't have tulsi, or if we are eating outside. So, in that
So now these are practical challenges. So now if there is a will, there is a way. So West we know there are some our Vaishnavis who are young. So instead of staying in PG, you can stay together in a flat or something where you cook yourself and offer to Krishna. That's very ideal. If not, then you take which is offered to Krishna, you make your altar at home, and whatever you get from that PG, of course, provided that it is not with onion and garlic, and offer to the, and tulsi you can get any shop near to the Ganesh temple, right? So you can take tulsi and offer that, but it must be without onion and garlic. And if you don't have anything, at least you offer fruit, apple, banana, or something to Krishna every day. It is such a wonderful see, Krishna doesn't want anything from us. He's Atmaram. Atmaram means he's completely, fully satisfied. He doesn't depend on any one of us. That we living entity, we depend on some other living entity. But Krishna does not depend on anybody else. He's a full satisfied. What to talk about that? During even Rasa dance, Krishna left the gopis. Of course, that Rasa dance is something beyond our conception of the material things. But just to give a glimpse that Krishna even doesn't depend on the gopis. So it is for our purification that Krishna gives us opportunity that we offer to Krishna and we get purified, and then there is the exchange. Krishna gives mercy, krupa, and that with that we take this as a prasadam. So at least we can begin by offering a glass of water to Krishna morning, and then you take it back in the evening and put into another glass. Of course, by the way, in whatever the plate that we offer to Krishna, that plate should not be used by us, because Lord is Lord. So we don't use a Uchista plate. So we have a separate plate for Krishna. Even the cook, what we are doing, it should be clean, nicely, cook for Krishna, then offer to that particular plate which is reserved, dedicated for Krishna, and then offer to Krishna. And when once you take it back, transfer to the cooker or pan or something, and wash that plate and keep it again safe. Next time when you are offering, use the same plate. For us, you use the another plate and take that as a prasadam. Some practical steps here.
Why should we not use the garlic and onion?
We discussed that last time, but yeah, just quick things, that something which is the tamasic food. In Bhagavad Gita 17.8, 17.9, 17.10, Lord Krishna says that there is a food which is in tamasic. So we are what we eat. We just saw that, right? Ahara Shuddha. So the food which we take, if it is with the tamasic food, what would happen to our consciousness? Tamasic. When we come to temple, why we feel peaceful, spiritual? Because of the association of the environment. So similarly, even the food is in a three gunas, even a time is in a three gunas, the place is in three gunas, in the people also in a three gunas. That's why anything we do early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta, it has a very good impact. During the daytime, it's all about money, money, money. Daytime, it's all ignorance, tamoguna. So the food which is ignorance will have ignorance things. You take ati ushna, ati amla, ati tikshna, passionate food. You take that, you become passionate. But if you take food which is in a sattva guna, we become in a sattva guna. But of course, garlic has some medicinal properties, but doesn't mean that we take paracetamol morning, afternoon for lunch, breakfast and dinner. The medicinal should be taken only for the medicinal purpose. There was one question here and one. Prabhu, boli.
So, Prabhuji, we are at the time of cooking, we are cooking a variety of things. So, for example, we have dal, chawal, roti, sabji. So, in sabji, we are adding garlic and onions. So, like, if we just want to offer rice or dal, and after offering, if we mix that or add in our existing sabji and
This is Kali Yuga mentality. Somehow or the other, kuch jugaad karke. Yeah, so but keep in mind that if you just offer Krishna rice, plain rice, if there is a small baby of Nava Yavana and if we offer just plain rice, how do you feel? You feel very dry, right? Krishna is a person. That's why we say as a supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Purushottam, Krishna. So when we offer with whatever we take, rice, dal, sabji together. Of course, you can do that kind of things. But why not think of offering which is without onion, garlic?
now after that, if we add that in which already have onion and garlic,
This is
that
like,
becomes prasadam.
yeah, in one way that I would do selectively offer what. But that's why I said that there is a journey, it is a practice, cultivation, so take some time. But practice Krishna consciousness, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, automatically these all things will go away. So when we started practice, we also had such habit of onion and garlic, but within a span of time, automatically disappeared. How it disappeared is by Lord's mercy. One more question. Yes, Mataji.
I know that we should not taste and offer the food.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right? So if some sugar is less or salt is less or ingredient is less, so we are not offering a perfect tasty food to God, right?
Yeah, this is very practical question from. So then that question can come only from Mataji, sir. They know what difficulties are there. So that for that purpose, so the 2 points here. That whatever we are cooking, typically in India we have a habit, and in kitchen itself we'll taste it. And then we are not shabri. We are not shabri that Krishna, okay, we'll taste first and give to Krishna which is perfect. We are not nominal, ordinary human beings from Bangalore, not from the Shabari's era. So we don't taste anything which is to be offered Krishna. So for that purpose, what we do that, we put some salt extra in a plate. Talented, no? and what glass of water, because once you finish, you also need a glass of water. Some devotees even put a chili also in case there is a chili missed, so you can put extra. If Krishna sometime want chili, because Krishna can do anything, so then he can extra take that chili also. But not to taste anything before offer to Krishna. He is God. He is the Supreme Lord. So imagine some great personality coming to our house and we want to offer him. How will you offer? You will offer the perfect, the finest, the greatest thing that to offer to him, right? Will clean nicely. When you go to the market, you will think of him that he's coming and I want to offer to him your loved one, dear one. And then you will cook very nicely. You will not taste with a very clean cloth. You will cook it. And by the way, we are not supposed to eat anything in the kitchen also. So in India, we taste in kitchen, we prepare in kitchen, everything. So we should actually do outside of the kitchen. Of course, if we don't have facility, but at least because kitchen is Radharani's kitchen and it should be as pure as that, because we are preparing for Krishna. Okay? So this, Hanji Mataji, yes Mataji. It is good that offer to Krishna fresh, right? Because how do you would like to take? We would like to take hot and fresh. So similarly, we may take prasadam after 3 hours. For example, now the practical question that I am taking a lunch box to the office. What shall I do? So you offer in the morning when you are carrying that time, and then you take prasadam. Prasadam can stay for some time, so that becomes prasadam, no problem. But because now why you are putting in fridge? Because that is leftover from the previous, right? So that means the previous is already prasadam, because you already mixed. So now when you take away, when you took from the altar, now you mixed with all other things, it becomes prasad now. Now the same prasad cannot be offered to Krishna again. Neither juta or the uchista or the remnants of our things cannot be given to Krishna. Krishna's remnants is what we are actually trying to do then. And one more question here, and then we'll move. Yes, Mataji.
We did not pluck the tulsi tree on Sunday and we did not offer water on Sunday. Then how do we offer on Sunday to Krishna anything as you said that without tulsi we did not
So simple, you keep plug on Saturday. If you do on Saturday, put in some things and keep it ready so that you can do that.
next day we can
And especially on Ekadashi, Dwadashi, we are not supposed to tell Tulsi, because Tulsi is fasting and she is weak. You cannot plug. And plucking Tulsi also, so for that we should have Tulsi at home, and offering water just by touching Tulsi, by seeing Tulsi, offering obeisances Tulsi is such a auspicious and great activity. So we should have a Tulsi. If you see, all our ancestors have a Tulsi and Gomata and Ekadashi. All three things are very dear to Krishna. There was one more question and we'll end here. It's 6:30. And we have to discuss about Damodar Leela, which will take another one hour. Yes, there was one question here. Okay, done? Prabhuji's. Hanji, yes, ma'am. Ekadashi, why we should do? But there are many reasons. Scientific reason is also there, biological reason. That because our machine, you see that if you are mechanical engineer or something, we have to give rest to the machine, right? So similarly, this machine is working incessantly 30-35 years without even a break. So biologically, scientifically, it is good that we actually give a rest to the body. First thing. Second thing is that our life is meant for tapascharya, austerities. And the best of doing austerity or tapascharya is by fasting for the body, feasting for the soul. So on particular Ekadashi day, we fast from eating grain. You can take, which is non-grain, fruits, milk. Some people even do nir jala. Some people take with the sir jala. Some people take with the phala. Some people take with the non-grain food, depending upon the capacity what we have. So, but yes, by doing austerity, tapascharya, that Krishna's blessings or mercy is received. So we are making ourselves, just like for example, if you have to prepare yourself for exam, you do austerities, right? Like IIT exams or entrance exam or something. All other friends may going for movie or something, but you are doing tapascharya but not going, because there is some long-term goal. So similarly, by observing or fasting on Ekadashi, whatever is like it's a cell. buy one and get one free. But on Ekadasi, buy one and get 100, 2000, 5000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh benefits will get just by observing fasting on Ekadasi. By the way, if you eat grain food on Ekadasi, we are actually taking a sin personified. So it is very good or abstain from taking grain food on Ekadasi day. You told that first Prasadam, now you're talking about Ekadashi, don't take food. Now what are the things you are going to tell us? First, don't take onion, garlic, this and that. Do not worry. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. When we have a Vishya Vinivartante Nira Harashade in Rasavarja Rasa Param Drashta Nivartate, Bhagavad Gita 2.59. Once we get the higher taste, automatically the lower taste will be gone away. So once we attach to the Krishna, we automatically get detached from the matter, onion, garlic and all other things will get. But first get attached to Krishna. When Srila Prabhupada started, we discussed, right, who are his audience? Hippies, all drug addicts. Prabhupada did not say that you leave your drugs and all things. He said you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Of course, initially he did not say, later he said, but by the strength of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, these hippies can become a Brahmanas or great Vaishnavas. Why not all of us? It's a hope for all of us. There is a hope and Krishna will actually take care of all of us. All we have to have is the desire to become a Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, and Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. Okay, so Damodar month, Kartik month, very, very special. Again, it is a festival season, season of Deepavali. So every month, according to the Gaurav, the calendar, there is a specifically mentioned deities. So this month is also called as Damodar month. This month is also called as Kartika month because the moon travels through the Kartika nakshatra. And also the mother of Radharani, who is Radharani is very dear to Krishna. Her mother is Kirtida, and the daughter of Kirtida is a Kartika or Kirtika. So that's why this month is also called as a Kartika month. And especially the presiding deities of this Damodar month, Kartik month, is Radharani, and Radharani is very, very merciful. So whatever we do with love and devotion for this particular month, Radharani's blessing is assured. And when we get the blessing and mercy of Radharani, definitely the mercy of Krishna is on the way. So it's very dear to Lord Sri Krishna and specifically. So in Padma Purana, and it is said that there are the Yuga, Satya Yuga, there is no Yuga which is as good as Satya Yuga. There is no pilgrimage place, actually in Skanda Purana, not Padma Purana, Skanda Purana. There is no pilgrimage going to the taking bath at the Ganges. There is no scriptures like Vedas, and there is no month or masa like a Damodar month or Kartik month. If we offer a lamb to Lord Damodar in this month, the sins that we have accumulated for many, many lifetimes will be vanquished just by offering a lamb to Lord Damodara. Not only that, if we offer a lamb to Lord Damodar in this month, that we will not see Yamaraja in our lifetime. That means we will not be going to the Yamaloka. If we offer a lamb to Lord Damodar in this month, our previous many generation and the next future generations will also get delivered just by offering one lamb. If we offer one lamb, there is nothing equivalent. You don't have to do Ashwamedha Yajna or any other of Hotra, but the same credit or the same merit can be obtained even multifold just by offering a lamb, ghee lamb to Lord Damodar in this month.
Before sunrise?
Early morning, evening you can do. So today we are going, last time we did, right? We offered. So similarly today we are going to do that. So now what is so special about Damodar? It's so wonderful pastimes. It comes in Bhagavad Purana. Bhagavad Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, Dashama Skanda, 10th canto. This Leela is there, chapter 9 and chapter 10. So Krishna was doing some mischievous activities because he wanted scolding from his mother. Now somebody said, why he wanted a scolding? This is a rasa, right? The motherly affection is not complete unless and until there is a scolding from mother, right? So Krishna wanted that. So what did he do? So he tried two things. First thing that he started stealing butter from he go to different gopis house and he will steal butter. Not only he would steal butter, he would actually steal butter along with other gopas. And not only that, he would feed to the monkeys. Not only that, he'll break the pot as well. And then all the gopis, they would come to Mother Yashoda and then they would complain. Yashoda, Yashoda, your Kana, this nutcut, actually broke our pots and distributed all that, and he finished all these things. Then Mother Yashoda would say, why can't you put onto the higher level so that you know your Kana is very intelligent. He will make a pyramid and he will go there. Then he said, why can't you put in a dark place so that he would not able to see that? You know that you are always decorating with a lot of ornaments, and when you go to the dark place, these ornaments will start giving effulgence and he will see that and he will actually capture that. So finally, then when Mother Yashoda would hear, actually it would appear more than a complaint, it is actually the glorification of Krishna as an intelligence. So finally, Mother Yashoda, what she would do? She would actually hug Krishna, take on her lap and start feeding. What Krishna wanted? Chastisement. At the end, what he got? Mother Yashoda's love. He said, failed. The next thing what he did, one fine day he was playing with all the gopas and then he ate dirt. Mitti. He ate dirt. And all the gopas came running. Mother Yashoda, you know what happened today? Krishna ate dirt. Is it? Call Krishna. Krishna, did you eat dirt? He said, no, Maya, I did not eat. Are you sure? Yes. Then Krishna said, okay, if you don't believe me, open my mouth and see that. Krishna thought that Mother Yashoda would not ask him to open mouth. And then Mother Yashoda said, yes, open your mouth. And when Mother Yashoda put Krishna on her lap and said, open your mouth. And then what did Mother Yashoda see there? The whole universe, the whole Brahmanda. So that is also failed. Now Krishna said, I have to do something else. Then only I will get some kind of punishment or prayachitta from. So Mother Yashoda was thinking, this my Kana now is getting to other house to steal butter. That means I am not making a good butter for him. So today is a Diwali day. What I will do? I will prepare myself. Sukadeva Goswami says that Swataha Dadi Manthanam. So on that particular day, Mother Yashoda gave chutti holiday. Okay, Diwali, you take a holiday to the maid servant. Today I will make myself butter for my Lord Kana. And then she started. So you know how many cows Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda they had? 9 lakh cows. Imagine if you have to put one cows in Bangalore. 900,000 cows to be in Bangalore. But Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda. So what did Mother Yashoda do? She fed very, very specific cows and take very special milk from that cow. And now she is ready to start churning that particular day on that Diwali day, and she started churning the rod so that she can make very special butter for Krishna, so that Krishna will taste this butter and he doesn't have to go to the other gopis house to taste that butter or makhan. So this is the complaint that they would give. So now what did Krishna did? He ate mud, dirt. And now Krishna's special pastimes, chapter 9, which is the Mother Yashoda binds Krishna. Chapter 10 is the Yamala Arjuna tree. So this is the special cows. And what did Mother Yashoda do? She started churning the manthan, right? So she started doing that. Now Krishna was sleeping. And as soon as babies, small babies, when they get up, what they do? They start crying. Krishna started crying. Mother Yashoda busy. And what she was doing while she was churning, she was actually singing the glories of Krishna. Her body was engaged. Her mind was thinking about the pastimes of Krishna as a small baby. She was remembering and spontaneously she was singing. So her body was engaged, her minds were engaged, and her words were also engaged in the service of Krishna. And then Krishna got up and she was busy. Mother Yashoda did not give attention. So then what happened? Krishna came running from that room and came to Mother Yashoda. Now he wanted attention of Mother Yashoda. So what did he do? Cried. Eh? Okay, cried also. What are the other things? If suppose baby comes and mother doesn't give attention, she is busy. So what the babies will do? They will spoil the things, okay? Yes, Prabhu? They become cranky. They will hug mother. Or they will obstruct mother. Whatever you do, they will hold your hand, they will hold leg. You don't go, you stay here. So similarly, Krishna came and he held the churning rod so that Mother Yashoda would stop everything and give full attention to Krishna. And the same thing happened. So Mother Yashoda stopped everything, started feeding Krishna, and she was completely absorbed, though she was actually singing, but it was only for the pleasure of Lord Sri Krishna. At that time, there was a milk which was put on the stove, and that milk was actually boiling. Now Mother Yashoda had a challenge. Now she had two services in front of her, whether to take care of milk first or continue to feed Krishna. Because both are services to Krishna. In our life, we would also come some kind of situation wherein I have this service A and service B. Both seems to be very important and highest priority. What shall we do? So Mother Yashoda, what did she do? She used her intelligence. Tesham satatam yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ena mam upayanti. Bhagavad Gita 10.10. So Lord Krishna would give intelligence to those devotees. With that intelligence, they will apply that. So Mother Yashoda used her rational, and she said, okay, if I continue to feed Krishna, the milk will actually overflow and all the milk will go waste. So she used another logic that I will keep Krishna down, I will take care of milk, and I will come and feed Krishna. So she put Krishna down and she went to take care of, and Krishna did not like that. He started crying. He became very angry. Now somebody said, how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Purushottam, became angry? It's a Leela. It's a reciprocation. He wanted that particular day scolding from Mother Yashoda. That was his agenda. So what did he do? First thing, he became very angry. He took a stone and broke that the pot, and without making a noise. Krishna is very intelligent. So then he went very silently to the room where Mother Yashoda has put all the pots, where all the butter, makhan, whatever is that. Then he started eating that. Not only that, he would actually feed to the monkeys. Yeah, so if we have some more things to services, then he started eating that. And he, not only that, he also fed to monkeys. And then Mother Yashoda came back. Now Mother Yashoda saw Krishna is disappeared from the scene. The pot is broken and Krishna is not there. She again used the intelligence. That means this must have been done by Krishna. Now her next task was that where to find and how to find. So again Mother Yashoda used her logic, because Krishna, when he went, he actually broke the pot and everywhere was the curd. His feet were actually anointed with that, and when he started walking, it was making the mark. And Mother Yashoda started chasing or following that mark, and she went to the particular place where Krishna was happily eating butter and all with the monkeys. But he was not happy. He was actually in a very fearful situation. Just like any small baby, when he does a mistake, he will be very fearful situation. Amma will come this direction, Amma will come this direction. So he was actually looking that whether he will come this direction, that direction. And by the way, he was doing all the activities, but he was actually in a very, very anxious condition. And that time, Krishna saw Mother Yashoda. Now Mother Yashoda said, today I am going to teach him a lesson. Both ho gaya abhi. Enough is enough now. I am going to teach him a lesson. So she got a sight of a whipping stick and she took a stick. So here Mother Yashoda did not want to beat Krishna, she just wanted to threaten. So today you hear here the session, and tomorrow morning when baby start crying, you take a stick, because Mother Yashoda took a stick and you start beating your baby. Please don't do that. That is not the whole thing. The point here is that she wanted to teach him a lesson. So she started now having a stick in her hand, and when Krishna saw that, immediately what is Krishna's reaction? He started running. Now when he started running, Mother Yashoda also started chasing him. He was running ahead, Mother Yashoda was running, and you know that small baby you cannot capture so easily. But somehow Mother Yashoda was trying and trying and trying and trying. Finally, she caught Krishna. And when she caught Krishna, he started crying. Amma, Amma, Maya, Maya, please don't beat me. Why? I will not do it again. What is the guarantee? I told in the past, you did again the same thing. Today, if I leave you, you will do the same thing. Tomorrow and again you will say things, Maya, Maya, please don't beat. Today I am going to teach you lesson. I am going to beat. Please don't do that. And that fear was there, Krishna's eyes. And Mother Yashoda wanted to do that so that Krishna will get a lesson of his life. So, in fact, it is so wonderfully mentioned that even in Vedic scriptures, even the garland has a consciousness. Even the bangles had a consciousness. So all the garlands, they were thinking that the flowers were thinking that Mother Yashoda is actually becoming very heavy because of the garland, that so let us fall down to the ground, so that the weight will come down and Mother Yashoda would start running fast and she would catch very easily Krishna. When she was actually churning, the bangles were feeling so happy that today I am in contact with such a wonderful devotee, exalted devotee, and they were making noise, ching, 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 ching. So even the bangle has a consciousness, even the flower has a consciousness. And now finally Mother Yashoda somehow caught Krishna. When she caught Krishna, she thought, now abhi inko punishment karenge. So when she thought, if then Krishna was started crying in a fearful situation. Imagine Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even the yogis meditating on him for thousands and thousands of lifetime, still they cannot capture Krishna. But here an ordinary woman, household woman, can actually capture Krishna. And that is the power of bhakti. Even bhakti can capture Krishna. And Krishna wants that. Krishna loves that. He loves that reciprocation. This is a very wonderful shloka from Damodar Ashtakam, which we are going to sing today. Rudanta muhur netram yugmam rujantam karam bhoja yugmena satanka netram muhu shwasakam pathri rekhanka kanta stita graiva damodaram bhakti baddham. Finally, Mother Yashoda could find Krishna. Rudanta, he started crying. His eyes were anointed with the kajal, so that when he was doing that, all that kajal was actually smeared all over his face, and he's actually enhanced Krishna's beauty again. So that is the beauty of Krishna. So he said, please leave me alone, Mother Yashoda. Finally, Yashoda said, if I leave, if Krishna in a stage of fear, if he leaves me and he goes to the forest, there is a possibility, there is a danger. So today, I will not beat him or do something, I will bind today. So that is where she got the grinding mortar and she started binding Krishna. Krishna says, please don't beat me, Yashoda. Yashoda says that if you don't like getting beaten, why did you break the yogurt pot today? And there is some amazing thing happened. When Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, every time the rope was shot by 2 fingers. And then Mother Yashoda went to her house. She got another rope. She now added the first rope and the second rope. What happened? Again it was shot by 2 fingers. Third time she did the same thing. She got another rope. And she now added 1, 2, 3 ropes. And the same Krishna, same waist size, the ropes again increased, but again it was a short of 2 fingers. Mother Yashoda was surprised. What's happening? She was amazed by 2 things. First thing is that his waist is not increasing, the rope is not getting shortened, then why the rope is not enough that to bind Krishna completely? And the second thing, that whenever the ropes collected together, each time, why it is short only by again 2 fingers. So this was the 2 things that amazed Mother Yashoda. But the important lesson for all of us, Mother Yashoda still continued to put her effort. She did not say, okay, karmanyavad jo bhi hoga dekhe jayenge. Nahi. She was continuously putting her endeavor, continuously. And by the way, This incident started early morning, and finally, when she bound Krishna, it was almost evening time. You can understand all these things happened the whole day. She's running and binding Krishna. So the other senior gopis, they were seeing that Mother Yashoda, and they were saying, Yashoda, don't you understand is not going to happen today. The same waist size morning you could actually put a rope, but now the same waists that you are not able to bind him. Don't you understand that it is not going to happen today? But Mother Yashoda still continued. And when Krishna saw that Mother Yashoda is completely exhausted, she started sweating, and finally he gave a Krupa Shakti. And then by that Krupa Shakti, Mother Yashoda finally could bind Krishna. So the Acharyas tell us the significance of this two finger shot means the first finger means we have to put endeavor from our side, and even if we put endeavor from our side, it does not guarantee that we will achieve success. Unless and until there is a blessing and mercy of Krishna, we cannot have success in our life. So the two finger shot means the devotee's effort, hard work is required, and Krishna's costless mercy is required. Otherwise, why everybody is not a Sachin Tendulkar? Why everybody is not great personalities? Because even if you put endeavor, if there is no blessing and mercy of Krishna, it would not happen. So, to become eligible to receive mercy of God, first we have to put endeavor. Even Mother Yashoda was spared from that. She had to put that things. We can see the power of devotees. Krishna, even the fear personified fear would afraid of Krishna. That same Bhagavan Purushottam was afraid of Mother Yashoda. The same Bhagavan who is a Jagadishwara, who controls the whole universe, he was agreed to be controlled by Mother Yashoda. Same Krishna who is a Yogeshwara, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Par, same Krishna Yogeshwara, he actually was caught by Mother Yashoda. Same Gokuleshwara, Ishwara means controller, who is the controller of all the Gokula Brajavasis, he was actually bound by Mother Yashoda. Same Yameshwara, who is the controller or master of Yama, that same Krishna was actually bound by Mother Yashoda. Can you imagine the exalted great position of devotees? That's why Bhakti in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami says that Bhakti has 6 characteristics, but one of them is that is very rare, Durlabha, and the second characteristic is that by that Bhakti one can actually control Krishna. That's why Krishna does not give Bhakti to every top deccanary, otherwise we will start controlling Krishna. He only gives his very special devotees who are on that level, very exalted. So you can imagine that the yogis, people, millions and millions of lifetime, they cannot capture Krishna. Finally, Mother Yashoda not only caught, she bound him. I don't know whether you are reading. Now, how is it possible that Krishna is a supreme personality? There is no beginning for him, right? There is no end for him. There is no interior for him. There is no exterior for him. Then how is it possible that Mother Yashoda could bind such a person? In fact, in Narsimha Tapni, there are very wonderful things it is mentioned. I will just read. There are always these contradictions. Krishna is a Viram and Aviram. He is a courageous and cowardly. He is a Ugram and Anugram. He is very fierce and gentle. He is Atmanam, Anatmam, spiritual and not spiritual. Krishna is a Atma Rama. He is a self-satisfied, but he suffers from hunger. Now, how is it possible that who is a self-satisfied, how can he suffer from hunger? Krishna is the personification of Shanti, peace, and pure goodness. He becomes angry. How is it possible that he is a personification of peace? And Krishna, who is Krishna is the god. He is the master of the goddess of fortune, but he steals butter. It's a contradiction, right? Krishna travels at the speed of mind, and he was easily caught by Mother Yashoda. Contradiction. Krishna is considered the transcendental bliss, Sandrananda, but he cries in sorrow. How is it possible? Krishna is unlimited and all-pervading, but he was limited and bound by Mother Yashoda. How is that possible? So Acharyas tell that because when we understand the Supreme Lord, everything is possible him, because he is the source of everything. He is the source of positive and he is the source of that also. So he can even become unlimited, and next time he can become limited. He can lift Govardhan Parvat, and the next time he cannot even lift his father's chappal as well, sandal. So all these contradictions are resolved when we understand that Krishna is the source of everything. Because sometimes with our small intelligence we cannot understand, because if we are here we cannot be outside, but Krishna can be here and he can be outside as well. As when Narad Muni came to Dwarka and he was visiting 16,108 palaces, and he visited the palace number 1. Krishna was with one queen and he was doing activity number 1. He went to the palace number 2, he was with queen number 2, he was doing the activity number 2. He went to the palace number 3. Like this, he was actually expanded himself. That is possible for Krishna. But for us, so when we think that how is it possible for Krishna to do such things, because he is the source of all these contradictions. And when we understand Satyam Param Dhimai, the absolute truth, then we can easily resolve all these contradictions, because he is the source of everything. So finally Krishna was bound by Mother Yashoda, and that's why Krishna is called as Damodar. Dama means rope, Udar means belly, who was bound by a rope, and that's why Krishna is called as a Damodara. And so particularly this Leela was happened in this particular month, and that's why this month is also called as Damodar, and that's why we offer lamb to Lord Damodar. And then there are some things after that. The part B is that that there were sons of Kubera, and they were very lot of opulence, power and money, and they become arrogant, and they were actually having association of Lord Shiva, but they misused that. And one fine day they were in a lake without clothes along with the daughters of the demigods, and Narad Muni appeared there. And when Narad Muni appeared there, so he wanted now, okay, you wanted to be naked, you become a tree. He cursed them. But the sage like Narad Muni, he just did not want to give curse, but he also gave a blessing. Because giving curse, there was a compassion. We also give curse, but in our curse there is anger, frustration. But when the sages, saintly persons, when they give curse, they give out of compassion, because these people are intoxicated because of the power, and now they wanted to be without clothes. Let them become a tree. But when Krishna comes in a Dwapar Yuga, he will deliver you, both of you, and you will go back to your original thing. So both the things happen. They got curse, at the same time they got the mercy of devotee, that you will be delivered directly by Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan Purushottam Sri Krishna. And sure enough, but good thing is, the surprising thing you will notice here, Narad Muni did not ask Krishna. Just like in office we have to take permission from manager, right? Main ye kar raha hu, shall I do that? Narad Muni did not ask, I am going to give benedictions, will you come there exactly that time? Will you come and pull this grinding mortar and deliver these things? He did not ask. But Krishna fulfilled the desire of devotees. In fact, he says that I don't have to do anything with this Yamala, Arjuna, the sons of Kubera. But because my great devotee has told, that's why I am coming and delivering these two sons of Kubera. So Krishna had opportunity now to deliver these two sons. We'll be finishing another couple of 5 minutes. So they were actually, because of the pride, intoxications and all things, we have to be very careful. The Narad Muni giving the association. And so then what happened? Krishna was bound to the mortar, grinding mortar. Now he pulled that grinding mortar and stuck such a way that it is between these two trees. And he started pulling these two trees. These two trees were not an ordinary trees. These were for millions and millions of years, these trees were there. And Krishna pulled those trees and it uprooted both the trees, and actually with the cracking sound, both the trees actually crashed to the ground. And from those two trees came two beautiful personalities. They were the sons of Kubera, Nal Kubera and Manigriva. And they started offering obeisances to that little boy Krishna. And then they started glorifying Krishna. You are the Supreme Lord, you are cause of all causes, you are supreme controller, you are the supreme Lord. May, and they started seeking the blessings. What is the blessing? May all our words describe your pastime. May our ear always engage in hearing your pastime. May our mind absorb in your thought process. And then they they did a parikrama, circumambulated Lord Sri Krishna, and they went away. And by the time, then all the Brajavasis, when they heard this cracking sound, they came running. What happened to Kana? What happened to Kana? And they saw that they were actually shocked to see that Krishna connected with that grinding mortar, this Arjuna trees were actually uprooted, and Krishna was between these two trees, and he was unharmed there. How is it possible that, first of all, who can uproot these two trees? And Krishna was unharmed. There was nothing, there was no injury to Krishna. And they were actually wondering what happened. And there were small babies or the other gopas who saw that. They told narration what happened. You know what? He pulled this grinding mortar between these two trees and this uprooted. These elderly people did not believe. How is it possible for this small child? Because they were completely covered by the Vasalya Rasa. If they are not covered by Vasalya Rasa, they will think Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In what word Mother Yashoda would bind Krishna? If you imagine that he is a Krishna, the Supreme Lord, Mother Yashoda would not bind. But she forgets. And there is a reason, because the Leela. And then she is able to bind Krishna. So all these Brajavasis, they would actually bind, they would see Krishna as an ordinary boy. They will say, oh yeah, Gargamuni told during his astrology that he's the incarnation of Narayana, or he's a special personality. Because of that, this would happen. But they will never consider Krishna as a Bhagwan Purushottam. So with that, so what was so special about this month? The Krishna is the fully independent supreme controller. He becomes controlled by the prema of his devotees. Mother Yashoda exalted very great position, and the mercy even Brahma, Lord Shiva, goddess of fortune, couldn't get. Mother Yashoda was the recipient of such a mercy. What kind of fortunate that Mother Yashoda had. So we'll come to the practical tip of the day. Any questions before we close that? So now Naivadya offered. Now it became Prasad. So it's ready for all of us to honor that. Any questions on the Damodar Leela? We discussed enough about Prasadam, Naivadya. Yes, Mataji. Because it is mentioned in the scripture. Because, see, why do we offer a lamp? Because it is made of Pancha Mahabhutas. So we offer all these Pancha Mahabhutas in the service of Krishna. And especially it is mentioned in the Puranas that you do that. So that is why we offer Diya to Lord Damodar. So everybody understood Damodar Lila. Would have seen Little Krishna. Would have seen that, and then the Little Krishna is from Bhagavatam only. Okay, so no questions. So we'll move to the second part. So this is also Prasad. Offer food first to Lord. That was the whole discussion point. Honor, not take. So we offer prayer. That's why we say Mahaprasadam Govinda Namo Brahmane Vaishnava. Avoid eating outside. Possibly try that. And offer ghee lamp to Lord Damodar the whole month. And good fortune is awaiting for all of us. Okay. We will come to our important, the last but not least, chanting Hare Krishna mantra. We know this shloka. Krute dhyato vishnum tretaya tejato makam. Dwapare paricharyayam kalau tad Hari Kirtana. In this age of Kali, the best way of self-realization is by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so we'll get started. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this whole thing, we know that any presentation only 20 to 30% will be able to grasp. Next day morning 7% will be able to remain, and after 24 hours nothing would be there. What would live with us is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. With that strength of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the purification of our heart will happen. And when the purification of our heart will happen, the progress of spiritual journey is guaranteed. So request all of you, Very, very auspicious month. And by the way, why this Damodar month or Kartik month? Not only that, there are many festivals. One is Diwali. One is when Prabhu Ramchandra ji, when he came to Ayodhya back, all the Ayodhya Vasis welcome Lord Ram. That is the Diwali festival. Narak Chaturdasi. Then also the Gopa Ashtami, Bahula Ashtami. Gopa Ashtami is the day when Lord Krishna started grazing cows. He was grazing earlier cows. Now he said, "Abhi मैं बड़ा हो गया अभी." So I wanted to now graze cows. Okay, so that is Gopa Ashtami. Then the Bahula Ashtami, which is the appearance day of Radha and Shyam Kund in Govardhan. So that also happened, Bahula Ashtami. And Govardhan, Krishna also lifted, that is also happened. So that is the next day of Diwali. What else? So there are many festivals happen on this Mataji ek diji. Thank you. So all this happened on this auspicious month. Very, very auspicious day. So please offer lamb to Lord Damodar. So now please be ready for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please sit straight as much as your body permits. Close your eyes because this is the sensor. So it gives information who is chanting, who is closing eyes, who is not chanting. So we will do that. Sri Ram Prabhu, we'll switch off the lights. Prabhu, you will do that with the same pace like what we did. So, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it's not only mantra, it's a Maha Mantra. Mantra means which delivers, liberates the mind. Mantra. So, it's such a wonderful thing and it's called as Maha Mantra. It's not an ordinary mantra. It's such a powerful mantra. So, we are praying to Krishna. Please engage me in your service. It's a prayer, it's a call to Krishna. And how this call should be done? Our Acharya said that just like a small baby is crying for mother, our call should be Krishna like that. Krishna, please engage me in your service. So it's a very wonderful, very, very sacred, very pavitra, very auspicious mantra to Lord Sri Krishna. So we do as much as with our love and devotion, Krishna will reciprocate. And the purification of our heart would happen. So I request all of you to participate in this mantra with your fullest extent. We are within these four walls, nothing will happen, the whole Bangalore will be here, AECS level, nothing will, next 10 minutes, nothing will happen. So don't worry, everything will be alright. And by the way, our Prasadam is also there, so it will be there for everybody, do not worry about it. Your steel pots will also be returned to you, do not worry about that. So don't worry about anything, just focus on the holy name of Lord Sri Krishna. Are you ready? Yes. So we'll offer our obeisances to Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Sri Advaita Gadadhara.
Sri Advaita Gadadhara.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवशादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरि बोल।
maybe couple of experience of practicing, coming together here, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or coming together to Bhakti Center. Any experience? How are you feeling? Couple of devotees, one from Mataji side, one from Prabhu side. How are you feeling when you come to Bhakti Center, associate with the devotees? How are you feeling? Peaceful. Very good. Prabhuji side?
We are in the right company.
We are right in a right company, right association, right? Imagine that the whole day we are together. Can we have the lights on? So the whole day we are together, one day, and we are from morning to evening we are together. Imagine how much peaceful and how much happy that we all will feel. Is it true? Yes. So we are very pleased to announce that we are going to organize one day spiritual yatra. Hari Bol! कब है? Answer is 13th November. 13. So we'll be going to a place called Champak Dham, which is very near from here. So it will be very spiritual journey, very natural, beauty, scenic place, adventurous journey. Because on the ground floor, the bottom of the hill, there is a temple. We'll take a darshan, and the top of the mountain, those who are trekking or mountain trekking lovers, it is a good news for all of you that we'll go together, do the trekking and take a darshan of Narsimhadev on the top. Right, Prabhu? Narsimhadev on the top, no? So the registration would start. How many of you would be thinking that you would be coming to this yatra? Hari Bol! So good. So please consider, it will be fantastic idea that we come together, and from morning till evening we will be having this yatra together. Adventurous, very scenic, beauty, landscape scenes there. You will be mesmerized. And of course, you don't have to worry about Prasadam. Our volunteer team will take care of Prasadam. So all you have to do is register for that. And once the registration is done, it comes with some Lakshmi, right? So we have to go with the bus, of course, right? And I think you will not mind that, right? Mataji saying yes. What about Prabhu's? Yes. Okay. So we will have this. The details will follow. We will open up the registration Google form and do so. Prabhuji, almost 60-70 devotees expressed their desire to join this spiritual yatra. How far is from this place?
We will be arranging buses.
So we'll be arranging buses from right here. Yeah. Morning we'll be going. So all you have to come to this place. Yeah. Then the buses will be provided. Get into the buses. We'll go whole day together.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner will be arranged.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and in a bus we'll be chanting together, singing, and doing all the fun activities. Can you imagine what is actually awaiting for all of us in this month? Fantastic. So please get ready for that. And those who in the past, they actually joined this one day spiritual yatra. They said that this is the fantastic. I never had such an experience. So that was the taste case, right? We want some taste cases. So these are the taste cases. So please be ready for that. And then we'll have wonderful yatra. So now we will have Damodar Ashtakam directly.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Entire family.
We don't want only Prabhu's, Mataji, everybody, small kids, everybody, so that everybody will have a spiritual fun there.
So they can sit.
So they can sit down. So there is sufficient place there. We will have a breakfast and lunch which are down only. There is a temple there. They can sit down. Most of them can climb up. It is not a very steep. Yeah. They can, if it is really they have difficulty in climbing, then they can wait down. There is sufficient place. Any other question? So it will take 1.5 hours from here. 1 hour, one way. So you all have to come here at 5:30. 5:30. Yeah. You don't need to bring. You just bring some water which you need on the way. That's all. Otherwise, and you may bring umbrella in case it rains. Yeah.
And depending on the environment, we will also suggest whether you have to bring the cap or something.
Yeah.
So just that's all, nothing much.
Just have to come. The registrations will start probably next week. Atish and Prabhu will coordinate. We'll send all the messages in the group the way you have to register. We'll open a desk here also. Every Sunday you'll see a desk here also. Okay. So now, Samruddhi is there.
Yes.
So now, after the Damodar Ashtam, because Prabhu explained everything about Damodar, so after the Aarti, you will be requested to offer lamp, the big sticks. And the way you have to offer is, you see the photograph of Krishna with his mother, right? So on that photograph, you have to offer 4 times in the feet, 2 times in the belly, 3 times on the face, and 7 times in the entire body, right? Because we have so many devotees here, it will take a lot of time. So be quick, okay? We understand you want to, have darshan of Lord a lot, but because in the interest of time, you have to be quick, okay? There will be line of Prabhu's at the left side, Mataji's right side, after Aarti, okay?
Prabhu, can you repeat once more? How many times?
4 times at the feet, 2 times at the belly, 4, 2, 3 face, and then 7 times whole body. 4, 2, 3, 7.
4, 2, 3, 7. So 4 to the lotus feet, to the belly, 3 times to the
4 feet, 2 belly, 3 face, and then entire body, whole body, 7 times. Clockwise, no anti-clockwise. Otherwise things will happen ulta. Nothing, Krishna is very merciful. Nothing ulta will happen.
Should we pass it on?
Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama. Also, we'll have a lot of opportunities for voluntary services today to take this prasadam. So please, because service is important, we have to engage, just like we saw Mother Yashoda engaging mind, body, and world. Everything we should engage. So please, and that is how the seva bhav will actually come. Unless and until we engage into the service, this bhav will not appear. So please take this opportunity. So it's Ashtakam, that means it has 8 stanzas, and focus on that. It is explaining the Leela of that time, the Leela happened. It comes in Padma Purana by Satyavrat Muni. It's very beautiful. Prabhu, Ati Chanda Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So those who have offered the lamb, the Matajis, okay, Matajis can go out from this door, the back door, and enter from the front door and can take prasad. Okay, and after taking prasad, Koti Shashi Prabhu, can they take prasad here? Altar is open. So they have to go up. So after taking prasad, you will have to go on terrace. You're supposed to take prasad there. Okay? Mataji can go out from that door, enter the front door, take prasadam, and then you will have to go up on floor. Continue.
Thank you so much.
You cannot, you can. Kids want to go.
Is it?
Kids.
Actually, I just want to take this out. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mataji. I'm so sorry. That's okay. That's okay. Well, let's move like this. We can sit.
Please show the picture. On the top.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Today the kids have learned the importance of, what is this? One is known as, and the second stanza of Damodar Ashtakam. Everyone. So can we chant one round of Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Which god is this? God is this? Which god is this? Okay. Dam means and the Dhara, Udara. Yes. Yes. And what is this month? Yes, we will sing the second stanza of Damodar Ashtakam now, okay? Yeah.
Damodaram Bhaktivata
I forgot the